Good morning. So glad to have you with us here on Health Call Live once again. It is another beautiful Saturday, sunny Saturday morning, and Saturday is traditionally the day that people head to the market and do the grocery shopping. And there's a trend happening across the country right now. People are just working harder at eating better, making better choices when they're in the supermarket and at the grocery store, and that can be both time-consuming and very confusing these days. If a product is labeled natural, is it really better for you? What about low fat? Does that really make all that much of a difference? The marketers have figured out that we care about these things, and they are taking advantage of that in ways that aren't necessarily to your advantage. But we're going to talk to someone in this half hour who knows a whole lot about making healthier food choices. Sarah Claycomb is the co-owner and manager of the Health Food Shoppe on North Anthony Boulevard here in Fort Wayne. The business has been open for 46 years. She's been working there for 17 of those 46 years. So you've been around this game a while. You know what's going on. So you tell me, what does natural mean? When I see something listed as natural, is that a better product?
You know, it is problematic for the consumer. The word natural does not have a legal definition, and so it can be used in really any way that a business or marketer sees fit, typically to their benefit. So consumers really need to watch out when they see the word all natural. Still read the ingredients. Mm-hmm. And still figure out if that's suitable for you. Do you consider it to be all natural? I, as a consumer, do not trust when I see the word all natural that it actually is.
So, high fructose corn syrup, which gets a bad rap in a lot of different ways,
that's right,
is a natural item, right? So you can have that in your product and still be considered natural.
That's right. In fact, food coloring is another thing. Artificial food coloring is another thing that I've seen marketed here locally as all natural. Most people would not consider that to be an all-natural product, and I hope that companies are in good faith are being honest with them. Unfortunately, the word all-natural really has almost no real meaning.
So for 17 years, you have worked at the Health Food Shoppe.
Yes.
You are on a mission. What is your mission at that store?
You know, the original owners and managers of the Health Food Shoppe had extremely high integrity. They set forth principles that were clear and concise about what they would sell and would not sell, what they would call all natural, and what was just not acceptable to be in the store at all. So when I first started, I learned from them what integrity in retail and what integrity in all natural grocery really is. And so now that I'm co-owner with Laura Beachy, we just hope to move that forward. And when the Health Food Shoppe first started, the issue of what is all natural really wasn't a problem. Food choices were quite a bit more simple. Competition in all natural was almost non-existent. So you just knew to go to your health food store, and what they had would most likely be a high quality product without artificial flavors or adulterated products in it. Today, there are all natural grocery stores that are nationally operated, and then all of our conventional grocery stores have started to add all natural, and now it's gotten quite a bit more confusing.
Yeah, because as you just said, natural means different things to different people. So
that's right.
What is not allowed in your store?
We do not sell anything that has hydrogenated oils, high fructose corn syrup, preservatives of any kind, artificial colors of any kind, and we've been proudly an all-organic produce department since the late 90s.
Oh, so we're going to talk about that in a second, really. What does organic mean? But why no hydrogenated oils? What's the problem there? And that's like palm oil.
Yes,
and that kind of stuff?
It is. So there's palm oil, and then there's hydrogenated palm oil. Hydrogen is introduced in a lab type of setting to oils to make them more shelf stable. So conventional food producers are primarily hoping to make their product last longer on the shelf, so that they have a better chance of selling it.
Right.
And when you introduce hydrogen to oils, it makes that oil more shelf stable. However, our body does not know what to do with hydrogenated fats. Your liver doesn't know how to process it. Your kidneys don't know how to filter it. It is a hard thing for your body to digest, and we do not recommend, and physicians do not recommend consuming it.
Okay, there you go. So let's talk about organic. You mentioned that just a minute ago. That is very closely defined by the USDA.
That's right.
There are very strict standards you have to meet to call your product organic and to raise what are labeled as organic foods.
That's right.
So tell me more about that.
Sure. So the USDA organic certification is a stringent process where food producers must care for the land in a certain way that is considered to be sustainable. That often means letting fields go unplanted for several years so that that soil can be returned to what's considered clean.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, I read 3 years of no persistent pesticide or
That's
herbicide
right.
use.
Yes, because what's in the soil is in the food.
Right.
So first they clean the soil, then what is planted is closely monitored, so no GMO seeds are planted in certified organic products, and then how those crops are treated also leads to organic certification, so absolutely no harmful pesticides or herbicides.
Okay, so organic really does mean something, but that's very expensive.
It is.
To get, and it's difficult to produce and maintain that status. And so now there's an alternative that's coming along that you think is okay. You think it's acceptable. Tell me about that.
That's right. So certified naturally grown is a farmer supported and organized certification that uses the USDA organic standards, sometimes more stringent standards, and then applies them to the growing process, but the farmers are in control of the inspection, and it keeps the costs way down for farmers and is an easier way to enter the organic growing market.
Yeah, and you deal with a lot of local producers. And
That's right.
And these are guys and women.
That's right.
Who are very serious about maintaining the standards and producing a product that is different than what they can find everywhere else. Let's talk about some of the local, well, let me back up a second. I read online that local means you can call your product local if it is produced within 400 miles of where it's sold. So that doesn't seem all that local to me.
Yep, that's a general marketing standard. What we do is considered micro-local. So we're lucky in Fort Wayne and in the surrounding areas to have a lot of great food growers and producers. And so we're going to support our very immediate community. And our products that we purchase range from, maybe 100 miles or less.
And I was surprised to learn that you actually go to the production facilities and check them out.
Well, that's right. If they don't allow you to go to the farm, then for us, transparency is key in our products. The products that we choose to sell, transparency is key. So if you're not allowed to do a farm visit, the product is probably not going to be for us. And what we found is people are working so hard to produce these products, and they're so proud. They want you to come see the lengths that they're going to create such quality products.
So tell me about some of the products that you have from local vendors and what's available in the store.
I'd be happy to. We have great produce producers. Windrose Farms is an urban mushroom farm. They have a very well-defined mission to support people in employment who need specialty support. We sell their mushrooms. They're located in downtown Fort Wayne. Their mushroom growing facility is located in downtown Fort Wayne, and they will give you tours. Fox Trail Farms is our certified naturally grown produce producer. They grow everything from beautiful turmeric and ginger to squash and peppers. The products are lovely. They're also very happy to give you a farm tour. We sell Amish aquaponics, hydroponic lettuces. We sell Sunlight Farms produce, Wholesome Meadows eggs, locally raised meats. There are popcorn producers, fermented food producers like Young Urban Homesteaders. We have a lovely woman who is making elderberry cough syrups. So we have even local in the supplements. We have CBD oil that is produced here in Indiana, creams and capsules from Dream Nutritions. We one of our core pillars really is to support our community, and the way that we do that is helping small producers get their start. And as they grow to be bigger and more popular, like Crossroads Kombucha is a great example of somebody who started very small and has now turned into a great business, then we're just still as happy to sell for them.
When you're buying eggs, it is as confusing as can be. What makes the eggs in your store different?
It is quite confusing, and again, we get back to labeling. So the government has put out standards, legal standards for the words cage-free or pastured, but as businesses tend to do, they are pushing the limits of what those words mean at times. So for us, what we do is we sell from local producers. Wholesome Meadows, Heritage Poultry. These are folks that we've talked to them directly, talked to the owners about what are their practices. We visited, we've witnessed ourselves about what the practices are. So a cage-free egg basically says that the animal was not caged during its egg production. Mm-hmm. However, that does not mean that it was even let outdoors. It does not mean it was let out to graze on natural grass. What it means is that it wasn't caged. So you could have several hundred or thousand chickens in a indoor facility that would still be considered cage free. And for us at the Health Food Shop, we don't play around with those terms. We want to be as helpful to our customers as possible. And so we're not going to sell products where you have to wonder, how was this really produced?
So the chickens that provide the eggs you sell are...
They roam.
They roam. So they're
roam.
out there eating bugs and
That's
seeds
right.
and grass and everything that chickens eat.
That's right.
So what I have read about all of this is those pasture-raised chickens have eggs with a different nutrition profile.
That's right.
They tend to be higher in omega-3 fatty acids. They tend to be lower in cholesterol. They tend to be higher in protein. So there is a functional benefit to eating an egg that comes from a happy chicken.
And you can tell by the yolk. The yolk tells the whole story. A pale yellow yolk is egg with far less nutrition. You want a yolk that's really almost orange and dark in color. And then that's how you know that that egg is the type of egg that you really do want to be eating.
But, we have to be honest about the fact that you are going to pay more than a factory-produced egg. I mean, when you can buy eggs at 89 cents a dozen, I think the reason that I choose to buy eggs at a higher price is because I want that additional advantage.
That's right. Firstly, you really are supporting your neighbors, the people who live here, work here, and produce their products here. So that a little bit of that money is going to go to your community and the support of your neighbors, but also the fact is about our health, we can pay now or we can pay later.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
There is no escaping, and so you can pay to stay healthy or you can pay after you're sick to try to get better.
So there are a couple of other things that you do that I think people will be interested in finding out about, and that is you have skin and hair products that are kind of special. And why do I care about that?
Health and beauty for men and women is a very troublesome area. The labeling is probably the least regulated. Our skin is the largest organ of your body.
Sure is.
And as soon as something touches your skin, it's in your bloodstream in under 1 minute. So when we think of the lotions, the creams, the aftershaves, the deodorants, in fact, that we're using, if you turn that product over and read those ingredients, there's going to be a lot of things that you don't recognize, and also the word fragrance. Mm-hmm. The word fragrance can represent over 200 chemicals, and we have no idea really knowing in one product or another what is in there.
So the products that you have are all made with identifiable natural substances?
That's
I'm
right.
assuming?
So nothing with the word fragrance
Mm-hmm.
is sold at the store. If it is a scented product, it's going to be scented with essential oils or a natural scent. And then we also offer a lot of unscented, because many people can relate to headaches, migraines, nausea. If you walk down the laundry aisle of any given supermarket, some people react really badly.
It's a smell.
Yeah, your body is telling you, I can't process all this. This is way too much. So we have unscented also.
You know, the way that I got to know about your supplement section and your supplement consultants is because there's a Crohn's kid in our family. And so we were looking for some gut health issues and met with one of your staff. This is years ago. And we're guided to some products, and they really helped cut through the confusion when you're standing in front of that huge aisle of vitamins and supplements.
That's right.
It's great to have somebody there to guide you.
It is. It's something that we're the most proud of in our supplement department. We have staff members who have been there, in fact, 40 years, over 20 years, and we have recently added some new staff. Those people are taking regular training. They're learning about nutrition, they're learning about supplements, they're learning about herbs, they're learning about how your body works, so that when people come in, we can offer that assistance to them.
And I want to be, we just got to face the fact, some of your products are more expensive than I see elsewhere. Why is that?
A couple of reasons. As a small store, the economics are that we buy products at a higher price than a larger store.
Sure, you don't have the volume.
That's right, we don't have the volume. Also, we take pride in offering our employees what we consider to be a living wage. And so we're paying them so that they can live and support themselves. And so some of that money is passed through the pricing onto the customer. We are proud to say, though, we do regular price checks at our competitors and on Amazon, and we are, in some cases, lower, and oftentimes actually not that far off.
One of the cool things you have in your store, it smells fantastic when you walk in there, because you have a made-from-scratch kitchen in the back.
That's right, we do.
Tell me how you can help me with holiday meals if I have somebody with food sensitivities coming to my home.
Sure, so people are realizing that they're cannot have dairy, they have dairy allergies, they can't have gluten. Sometimes it's a celiac disease. Sometimes it just makes you feel bad to have gluten, to have a lot of cream. And also, a lot of people are wanting to try vegan, to try to be vegetarian, to leave the meat out. And so we're very experienced in that. We're making side dishes for people. We have stuffing. We're doing green bean casserole. We're doing all of the traditional favorites, but in a way that is going to make you feel a lot better after you eat it. And those things are available by special order to pick up whenever's convenient.
So what's in the future for you? Where are you headed? What's going on?
You know, the Health Food Shoppe has been around 46 years and has such a tradition of high integrity. We operate to serve our neighborhood, but for us in the coming years, we hope to expand the people that we can serve with delivery services, internet buying. We hope to bring our prices down in some areas so that it's not just people who are very concerned with their health, but all people who can have access to very clearly labeled natural foods.
Well, we hope you learned something about how to cut through the confusion at the supermarket shelves and what you're buying today in our conversation here with Sarah Claycomb, the co-owner and manager of the Health Food Shoppe at 3515 North Anthony Boulevard. They are open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m., Sundays 8 till 5. Again, 3515 North Anthony Boulevard, and they're online at healthfoodshoppe.com.
That's right.
2 P's and 1 E, Health Food Shoppe.